Welcome to Spooky Misfit. Bradford is a city of factories, brick streets and dimly lit alleyways. On winter nights, fog hangs low over the pavements. Streetlights flicker against boarded shop fronts, and the echo of footsteps travels far through empty streets. It's the kind of city where people blend into the background, where faces come and go unnoticed. And it was here, hiding in plain sight among ordinary residents, that a serial killer lived quietly. Not a fugitive, not someone prowling streets and shadows by night, but a criminology student, someone studying murder itself while committing it. This is a story of Stephen Griffiths. Stephen Griffiths lived in a council flat in Bradford's Allerton area. He wasn't visually disturbed. He had no violent criminal record, no known history of assault. To neighbours, he was just another tenant, quiet, socially awkward, occasionally odd, but largely invisible. What nobody around him knew was that Griffiths was deeply obsessed with serial killers. At university, he studied criminology. He researched murder cases. He wrote papers on violence and sexual pathology. He later admitted that he saw himself not just as a student of crime, but as an experiment within it. He believed he was separate from society, something more, something darker. Between late 2009 and early 2010, women who worked in the red light district of Bradford began vanishing. These were women on the margins, vulnerable, often struggling with drugs or homelessness. The kind of people society overlooks. No immediate alarm sounded. No headlines blazed. The disappearances went largely unnoticed. But Stephen Griffiths was active. He stalked late streets with a crossbow hidden beneath his coat. His weapon of choice wasn't random, it was deliberate. A crossbow is silent. No gunshot, no echo, only a mechanical thud. And then, nothing at all. 3 women are confirmed victims. Each was approached calmly. Each was led or followed into isolated spaces near his flat. And there, he shot them. Once inside his apartment, the crimes became even more horrifying, because he dismembered the bodies. He stored remains in his bathroom. And in statements to the police and later court testimony, he openly admitted to cannibalism, confirming that he had eaten part of his victims. There was no visible panic in his confession, no emotional breakdown, just calm detachment. What brought Stephen Griffiths down wasn't a tip or witness. It was a security camera. On May the 24th, 2010, footage captured him murdering Anne Caulfield at the doorway to his building. The camera shows him stepping back from the entrance, raising his crossbow and firing. Moments later, it catches the most chilling act. Griffiths looking directly at the camera, raising one finger and pointing upward, as if to acknowledge, "You've seen me." Minutes later, police arrived. They found him covered in blood. His apartment contained weapons, dissecting tools, human remains, bleach and disturbing written material discussing murder fantasies. Griffiths didn't deny anything. He confessed fully. he calmly explained his methods. And then came the statement that sealed his infamy forever. "I am the Crossbow Cannibal." The words weren't shouted, they weren't dramatic. They were stated flatly, casually, as if he was introducing himself, not admitting to murder. Psychiatrists diagnosed with Griffiths with paranoid schizophrenia. He suffered from delusions, believing the world was corrupted and that killing removed undesirable elements. But no diagnosis softens the reality. He planned, he stalked, and he took pleasure in secrecy. And he carried out some of the crimes while studying how criminals are caught. In December 2010, Stephen Griffiths was convicted of 3 murders. The judge described his crimes as among the most hideous and disturbing in modern British criminal history. Griffiths received 3 life sentences with possibility of no release. He now remains incarcerated indefinitely. Today, Bradford carries scars from the case. Not visible ones, vertical boundaries that you can see, but psychological ones. Many locals still avoid the streets where the murders occurred. Residents who lived in the building later admitted a terrible truth. They never suspected a thing. They passed Stephen on the stairs, they nodded to him in hallways. They had unknowingly lived next door to a man who was dismantling human beings behind his locked doors. And this is what stays with people the most about this case. Not the blood, not the crossbow, not even the cannibalism, but the sheer fact that he wasn't hiding anything. He wasn't hiding in forests, he wasn't stalking from the shadows. He lived among people. He smiled in lectures, he made coffee at corner shops, and then he went home and murdered. There's something deeply unsettling about the idea that monsters don't always hide in the darkness. Sometimes they take university classes, they hold library cards, they blend into cities. And when they strike, it's not dramatic violence that exposes them, but a silent camera hung on a doorway, watching, waiting. Thank you for watching Spooky Misfit. If you want to uncover more forgotten UK crimes and chilling stories, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which forgotten cases should we explore next? And remember, the most terrifying monsters aren't always in the news. Sometimes they walk quietly among us. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious, and stay spooky. There you go, there's a video. What did you think? I personally thought it gave me vibes of a few different serial killers. One being Ed Gein, because of the cannibalism thing, and another one being Dennis Nielsen, because of, I don't know, it's just the whole bringing them back to the flat and dismembering them and stuff. And the police finding human remains in the building. And yeah, it's very... But then he did study serial killers, and he was a big fan of serial killers. I mean, we obviously like researching and learning about serial killers, but it doesn't make us serial killers, if you know what I mean. He was totally on another level, clearly. Otherwise, why else would you do stuff like that? You wouldn't, unless you're completely mental, which is what all the serial killers are. So yeah, he also, I think he actually admitted to I think he said that Peter Sutcliffe was one of his favourites. So he idolised him, I believe. Again, fucked up in the head, isn't it? I mean, no other way to describe that, is there? So yeah, mad. Anyway, I wanted to bring some serial killers back, bring them back, but I wanted to do another video on some serial killers because it's been a little while since I've done one. But my next video will be from my haunting series, and obviously because now I'm doing my new sort of structure of videos, I'm doing the fear series, the haunting series, and the true crime / sort of serial killer stuff. So yeah, and if you're interested in my horror gaming, which I still do because I love horror gaming, you can check that out on my other channel if you like. I'll put the link down in the description. Let me know what you thought in the comments, because again, I love to hear from you, and I love to hear what you thought of the video and just in the general, the context of the whole thing. So yeah, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please stop giving the thumbs down. I don't know, I keep getting these little thumbs downs, which amuses me in a way, because I feel like, why are you bothering? There's literally no point to them, none at all, because nobody can see that you've done that except for me and whatever. So anyway, if you don't like my videos, please don't watch them. Move along. Bye bye. That's all I can say about it. Anyway, enough from me this week, but I'll see you again next week, and look out for my shorts and my gaming videos. And I'll see you on my next one. Take care of yourselves, keep smiling, and stay spooky.